Hey, what's up? Like, totally time for 90210.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the 90210 show. My name is Mark. With me, as always, is my wife, Carol. How you doing today, Carol?
Hey, what's up?
Not much. It's been a good week here. It is September 16th, 1999.
It is.
And last night we watched an episode of 90210.
Yeah, I don't know if I liked this episode. I felt it was rather frustrating.
Let's
throughout.
Eat Cake, it's called.
Yeah. What do you think?
Not Let Them Eat Cake, but Let's Eat Cake.
Yeah.
What did I think of this episode? There's a lot of this is the foreplay episode. There's a lot of teasing in this episode.
Okay.
There's a lot of kind of just tweaking of the tips and everything
Oh my lord.
in this episode, but there's not a lot of resolution, and I was disappointed with a few different things.
Okay. Well, let's get into it.
What storyline do you want to start with?
I guess Steve and Janet, because I think that's where the episode starts.
Yeah, that's the... yeah, it is where the episode starts. Because Janet is at the Peach Pit wearing a blue dress.
A nice, low-cut blue dress.
Right. What do they call that? A sweetheart neckline or something like that?
Yeah. And all of the boys are staring at her tits.
Yeah. Like all of they're all gathered around at the bar. And they're all Matt, even Matt, like, you don't think of Matt as, I don't know, having a libido other than for Kelly, I guess. But, yeah, even he is staring. Mm-hmm. And I believe it's Noah who comes to the conclusion or suggests that she got breast augmentation surgery.
Yeah. Yeah, and, she gets up and walks away, and then they start discussing. So, yeah, Noah says he thinks that, she got a boob job. And Steve's like, why? Steve looks miserable.
Why wouldn't she tell me?
Why wouldn't she talk to me about this?
Such an important decision in her life.
Right. Like, he's very upset and perplexed that she would do this without talking to him.
And they're all talking about what it's like. Fake breasts, and Matt's like, I've heard they feel good or something like that, and I don't know, they're all going through this seems very much like a California conversation they're having.
Oh, really? See, I thought it was just a boy conversation. But...
No, I don't think boys sit around or talk about what, how fake breasts feel and stuff like that. Okay. I mean, sometimes, guys will be like, whether they think they're fake or real or whatever, but there's so much plastic surgery in Hollywood that seems like they run into this more often than I think us Midwesterners do. I
think Matt's the one I thought Matt was the one who said he'd never had the opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah. So
he said he'd heard they feel nice, but he's never had the opportunity.
And I don't think Steve weighed in one way or the other as far as how they would feel or whether he'd had the experience. He was just upset.
Yeah, he was upset, and Dylan said something about sleeping with her or whatever, and he's like not doing too much of that lately. And Dylan's like, well, that's why you're upset.
So then Janet is talking to
the girls.
Yeah, Donna and Kelly. Well, what the fuck? What's her name? The one we all hate now. Gina.
Oh, yeah, Gina. But she's not there.
She is there.
Not when they're having the conversation you're talking about.
She's there before they have the conversation, I thought.
She comes in at some point during the conversation to give her key.
Okay.
Depends on when you're talking about, I guess. The conversation starts, she's not there, she comes in, and they finish the conversation, and she's not there.
Well, Janet reveals to Donna that she is pregnant. That she is not just pregnant, but she is flipping 4 months pregnant and has not told Steve, which is ridiculous. Kelly is the only person I think she has told, which is weird because they weren't that close. And now all of a sudden, Gina comes in, like Mark said, to give him the key. And we discover, Gina is living basically at the Barbie Malibu dream house.
What?
Not Gina. Janet. Janet is replacing Gina.
Kind of. Janet stayed over there that one night, and she said, I couldn't stand to go to an empty apartment or whatever. Yeah, they invite her to live there.
Yeah. So that's happening. And they're like, you need to tell Steve. You need to talk to Steve. So she makes this nice romantic picnic for Steve.
Well, and here's the thing. Like, when she's talking about it, she's like, look, having a baby isn't a grown-up thing, an adult thing. And Steve just isn't like that or whatever. And they're like, we think he'd be a good dad. We think you're underestimating him. Misunderestimating him. And that, could you imagine? Some idiot said that.
Yeah, never.
And so anyway, they're like, we think that he would be a good dad. You're not seeing things clearly. Mm-hmm. So yes, she creates a lovely picnic and says, I have something important to tell you. I want to be with you, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I'm not breaking up with you. I have something to tell you.
Because that's what he keeps thinking, is that she's going to break up with him. Mm-hmm. Because she's all over the place.
Well, yeah, he says to the guys that she's like, getting her ducks in a row to leave him is what he thinks is happening.
Well, that's why she got the boob job, yeah.
Which is, offensive as fuck. Like, she can't... Like, she doesn't need to get fake boobs in order to leave you, Steve.
Like, if a guy starts working out or whatever, does that mean he's getting ready to leave his wife?
When I lost weight and I was in a relationship, the guy asked me if I was getting ready to leave him, so...
Wow, really?
Yeah. It was weird.
It's crazy.
I think that's more of a insecurity than a... I don't think that's a normal reaction. I think that's an insecure person's reaction.
I think it's a guy's reaction, but to a breakup, not preparing for a breakup. Guys usually, it's like a cliche. Guys get broken up with and they're like, all right, fucking, I'm getting in the gym and stuff like that, to where they get back into better shape and everything. Because guys tend to get out of shape when they're in happy relationships.
I mean, to ask your partner if they're improving themselves, if they're planning to leave you. I think it's something an insecure person would think of.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. It would never occur to me to ask that question.
Right. So, but that's where Steve's head's at.
Yeah.
So obviously he is Mr. Insecurity. Now, he gets all excited and happy, and he's like, I know what you want to tell me.
Well, yeah, because she's like, I've got something important to tell you. And he's like, yeah, whatever. And like...
It's like, I know exactly what you want to talk about. Like, and I love it. I think the best way to tell me is from a different angle.
And he keeps staring at her tits, and he's like, he's talking about them like they're separate entities. Mm-hmm. And he's like... They're magnificent, or what? I don't know what he says.
I don't know, perfect, whatever. He says that he wants to put his face in them or something like that. He's like, you should be telling me this naked in bed, basically.
Right.
And she is like, what? I didn't, did she even correct him that she got fake boobs? I don't even know. I think she's just so mad she storms off.
I think she said she didn't. I at some point she says she didn't get fake boobs.
Yeah.
But... Yeah, he literally is acting like a horny teenager.
And so, he's acting like an immature ass, which is not helping his case with her.
No.
And
I was so mad.
Yeah, he makes me mad all through the episode, because that's a terrible reaction. Yeah. And then later, the two of them are at the paper.
The Blaze, or whatever the fuck it's called. Actually, that was the Beverly Hills High newspaper.
Yeah, it was the Beverly Beats?
The Beat.
Yeah.
We've got the Beat. It's sponsored by the Go-Go's.
So they're there, and he mentioned something again, and she's like, the reason my body is changing is because I'm pregnant.
Yep. And he's like, what?
And he looks stricken, and then... He asks how far along she is or whatever, or how long have you known? And she says, no. First, he says, you took a test. Like a test, the plus sign and the lines. And she's like, yeah, and I got it confirmed by a doctor. He's like, when? I would have gone with you. And she's like, 3 months ago.
Yeah.
So then he's very rightfully upset.
Kind of. I mean, the first thing he says, I believe, is something along the lines of, too late to do anything about it.
Which is a terrible reaction. That is not the thing any woman wants to hear, guys.
He keeps intimating that, we should fucking kill this.
I mean, I don't know that he's necessarily saying that.
He is at least saying he wanted the option to say, hey, terminate this pregnancy.
Yeah, he wanted to be part of the decision-making process.
I guess.
That's what he's saying. I don't know that he's necessarily saying I would have said get an abortion. he doesn't feel prepared. He says that. He's like, I'm 25. I'm not ready for this.
24.
24. That's super, like, old, in my opinion, to be like, I'm too young. I can't handle this, but...
Yeah, well, yes, I agree. I think that at this point, he has gone through high school and graduated. He's gone through college and graduated.
He owns a business.
Yeah, like...
He's in an adult committed relationship.
I mean, apparently he doesn't have millions of dollars like, I almost said Luke Perry. Like, what's his name?
His dad?
Dylan.
Oh,
Listen to what I'm saying.
I am listening.
To like Dylan does. That's what David says to him. But he so
You okay?
yeah, I got lost.
Traveling down a windy road of words. Yeah. David says something. Are you okay? Like, seriously, like,
Yes,
talk to
I'm
me.
fine.
Okay. Yeah, David says something like, yeah, you're not a millionaire or whatever, but I think David's saying, you should get on board or whatever.
No, he was saying the exact opposite of that.
Okay, I don't know. I don't remember whatever he fucking said. I just know Steve's upset.
Yeah. Well, Steve, so I think Steve has money. It certainly seems like Steve has money, but they're intimating Steve doesn't have whatever. I mean, he's got parents that have money. It's not like money is going to be an issue for raising this kid.
There's never enough time and there's never enough money. And if you wait for those things, you'll never be a parent. That's what I've heard people say many times.
Yeah.
So anyway, there is no point in belaboring this because she is 4 months pregnant. It is too late to do anything. So, fucking get on board.
His reaction is awful, though.
Yeah.
And I don't like what they do to his character. His character is so mercurial. He just changes with the wind.
What about when he was dating the single mom and he was like a great, step into the role dad for that kid?
And he wanted that kid in his life and everything. And he was excited about it. And he wanted to be part of it and all this shit. Yeah, exactly. What is his character?
I don't know. It's very frustrating. When he was with Claire, he was a great guy.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was just she made him a better guy or what, but when he was with her, he was good. And I think that's part of it. It's Janet's supposed to be a really good character, and it's he has to be the opposite of whoever he's with.
I guess so.
I don't know. But yeah, he sucks. He's acting like an asshole. He makes this really hard for her. Mm-hmm. And I'm sad and disappointed in him.
And that's essentially all we get to.
Yeah, there's no resolution there at all.
So I'm saying just the tip,
Jeez. And then in the background of this whole episode, they're throwing a surprise birthday party for David. He's turning 24.
Yeah.
So
he's catching up to the rest of them.
Yeah, I always forget he's a year younger, but so this is what rich people birthdays are like apparently in Beverly Hills. They got, I want to say Natalie Imbruglia. That's not who it was. Who was it?
Oh, you want to say Natalie Imbruglia?
Yeah.
That's who they got.
It is?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, she sung Torn.
No, that's not her. No, who'd they get?
Christina Aguilera.
Aguilera. See, it was a hard last name to pronounce. I knew that.
Oh, my God.
So Christina Aguilera is, been hired to work the Peach Pits.
Miss Genie in a bottle herself.
Yeah, for his birthday. Now, Noah is allowing them to use the club. He's helping out with this birthday party, which I think is a pretty stand-up move. The fact that David even works in the club that Noah owns is a pretty stand-up thing because, remember, she fucking cheated. Donna cheated with David.
Yeah.
But he's okay with David. He's okay with everybody. He's working with everybody on the party. He doesn't want to deal with Donna. She has to shove herself in his face and be like, hey, deal with me, talk to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody's acting like an ass in this episode. So Gina wants to come to the party. And
kind of. Gina's the only one that's not invited to the party.
Yeah, the girls discussed inviting her, and then Kelly threw her invitation in the garbage.
Donna did.
Which Donna's not the one with the problem with her, so I don't get that.
They all have a problem with her.
Because of Kelly?
I guess. I don't know. What did she do that was bad? Remember that they were talking about Gina before or whatever, and Steve's like, why am I supposed to hate her again? That's how I feel.
Well, let's see. Kelly slept with Dylan while he was with Gina, so that's on Kelly.
Right.
Gina said some mean, shitty things to Kelly since then.
Oh,
she deserved it.
You know what it was? It was she did that TV interview. That's what it was.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That's a dumb reason, though, especially when the one person slept with your boyfriend. Like Kelly's not ostracized for that,
right? Well, because they're all Kelly's friends, and they're not Gina's friends.
Yeah, I know that, and that's the thing. Like, I would hate to know these people in real life.
Yeah, well, they're a terrible clique.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. They're a horrible clique. That's all they are.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, you'd hate to know them because you want to be part of them, and it's like, you'd feel jealous to be on the outside looking in, truly.
I wouldn't care.
Oh, I would. And I think at least most women would. Like, you want that kind of friendship, the friendships that, like, start in high school and last your whole life, and, the kind of people that you can just, always, go to. And like David says at his party later, like, these are my family.
Yeah.
They have that. So, I mean, that's nice for all of them, but it's shitty for everybody on the outside.
Yeah. And everybody that tries to get close to the group.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they just get chewed up and spit out.
Yeah, so the
and
girls...
eventually forced off the show.
Right? So the girls decide not to invite Gina, and she acts like a psycho because that's what Gina does. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, her reactions to things are generally disproportionate.
Yeah, I agree.
She tries to get Dylan to invite her. She asks him about it, and he's like, no, I'm going. We're not going. You're not invited. Which is really shitty. Like, bring her as your date.
Well, he says, like, he goes, me and David have a problem because he and David continue to have a problem. At the beginning of the episode, Dylan brings him a check for $1,000 for, like, the utilities and shit since he's been living there. And David's like, this is too much. You're trying to fucking buy me off.
Yeah, he's yelling at him.
Because you buy everybody off and blah, blah, blah and everything. So they're still angry at each other. Mm-hmm. Dylan goes, what did you see in there? Did you see somebody holding a gun to her head or whatever when you walked into my bedroom? He's like, no, what you saw was me getting back together with my girlfriend. Which is kind of fair. I mean, like, Gina and David were getting closer and everything, but they weren't dating at all at the time. I don't even think they kissed each other.
Oh, they kissed.
Did they?
Yeah, they kissed, like, before anything else happened because she was drunk. She kissed him in the parking lot of the Peach Pit one night. Oh, that's kind of what fanned the flame and started this whole thing with him.
I don't remember this at all.
Yeah, he told her she was pretty, and she kissed him, and and then they started spending time together. So, no, it's not like there was nothing there. For sure there was. But, I mean, Dylan does have a point.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a great point, but it's a point. And he tells Gina, like, I've known him since freshman year of high school.
Yeah, he's like, I've known him for 10 years, so I'm going to make a brief appearance at the party. With everything going on between him and I, and you and him, and everything else, do you really think it's a good idea for you to be there? That's his argument.
So she comes up with an evil plan that reminds me very much of Valerie.
Yeah, she's got nice hair though. I like how she curled her hair.
Yeah, nice. She curled her hair. It looks good. She fucking calls David and says she has a flat tire and that she's by his house and she can't reach anybody and can he please help her? She doesn't have roadside assistance.
Right.
And then she lets the air out of her tire.
Yeah, I don't know how she does that, but yeah.
She takes the cap off the little air spiggity thing and pushes on it.
Oh, is that all you need to do?
That's what she did. Oh, okay. And I watched. I was curious. I paid attention.
I'm glad that you watched the episode.
Well, I mean, like, it's not like she fucking stabbed her tire. She'll be able to use it later, so that's kind of smart.
Those are nice white wall tires.
What?
Those are nice white wall tires.
Why do you say they're white wall tires?
Because they are.
What is a white wall tire?
You know how they had the white, like, ring?
No.
Well, they did.
Cool. So David, instead of being there for Kelly to pick him up for his surprise party...
And why is it a surprise party? because he thinks he's going to have dinner with his family.
Yeah, with his mom.
With Mel and Jackie.
Yeah, and Kelly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Kelly...
He's complaining about it, actually.
Yeah, he doesn't want to go to dinner with his parents.
And earlier, this is way earlier, he's at the Peach Pit on the radio and everything, and he's like, hey, are you in the midst of a fucking rebound relation? Like, are you being used by someone who's, like, rebounding or whatever? Here's the signs. And he goes through everything that he and Gina went through and stuff. Are you a really nice guy, but not almost nice enough to sleep with, but not quite, you know? And, like, he's like, hope I saved some of you out there, whatever. He really uses his time on the radio as an errands of his personal petty grievances.
I think most DJs get pretty personal, though. I mean, it's kind of similar to what we do, really.
How personal do we get?
Not that personal.
Okay.
Do you think we do?
No.
But yeah, I think radio DJs do more. I don't know why that is, but I have noticed it.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, Gina goes in and yells at him when he does that. So yeah, then she
trying to pretend she's right when she's not.
So then she calls and asks for his help. And he still comes. He blows off his birthday dinner with his family to come and help her.
Yep.
And then he explains to her how shitty it is that she asked him to and how he shouldn't be doing it. And he's like, so don't call me next time. And he's like, but you know what? The fact is I'll always be there when you need me or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
And then she's like, let me take you out to eat or whatever. And he's like, no, I have a dinner to go to with my family that I'm late for because of you. And she's like, well, let me buy you a drink. And he keeps like arguing and everything. And you know she wants to get him to his birthday party. So
yeah, she's trying to undo the bad that she did.
So she's like, well, originally what I thought is that she was going to come in with him. Like that was going to be her way to get invited to the party, kind of.
I think she was just trying to ruin it.
Okay. Well, she's like, come on, let me, like, she browbeats him. And he's finally like, fine, buy me a drink or whatever. And they go to the Peach Pit and he's like, oh, this is really, he looks high when he gets out of the car. Because he's all smiley and like just weird acting and everything. And she's like, oh, you're a nice guy or whatever, like, you know, and she's telling him all this nice stuff. And she's like, I like who I am when I'm with you. And then he grabs her by the head and kisses her very passionately. And then he leans in and he's like, then why aren't you with me? And he's got this giant smile on her face and she's like,
Yeah, and then she just gets in her car and takes off. He goes into the Peach Pit to his party that he's very late for, and he already missed Christina Aguilera singing Genie in a Bottle.
He missed Genie in a Bottle. He gets to hear the B-side of whatever the fuck that is. But he misses I love Genie in a Bottle, baby.
So she sings 2 songs in this episode.
Can I say something about Christina Aguilera?
Please.
Christina Aguilera sounds like every theater kid I've ever heard do karaoke or sing in any way. She's just like 100 times better of a singer. She has like 100 times better of a voice. But it's still that I hate that she does. It's that nasally singing. Like I hate that. Like that kind of sound, you know, where it's all here for the nose. You know, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But she does that. It's just that. So her voice in that way sounds generic because it sounds like I said, like every theater girl I've ever heard sing. It's just that she happens to have a fantastic voice because she really does. So she's a lot better than that, and that's why she's paid to sing.
Yeah, I agree. She's not that great.
But she doesn't have a unique sound.
No. So
she's not even like Celine Dion, who's like
Celine Dion.
Who's like more classically trained in singing. But so like her voice could sound a little more generic, but it doesn't. She has a uniqueness to her voice.
Her very Canadian voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else is there in this episode? Kelly and Matt.
Yeah, there's Kelly and Matt.
I mean, there's not a ton here. It's just kind of a repeat of what we already have gone over a million times. You don't want to talk about Chuck, the fucking
bring you out of your shell guy or whatever he is.
Sure.
I got an orange.
Talk about him.
No, go ahead. Start with what you wanted to say. I mean, Matt tries to dance with her and everything, and she's like, I don't want to be touched.
Yeah, he's putting his hands all over her on the dance floor. And she moves his hands and is like, I'm not sleeping with you tonight or something like that. And he puts his hands back.
He's like, come on, just the tip.
Oh, Mark. But I think it's really disrespectful. Like, she's trying to set boundaries. He should be listening.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I don't know if they're... I mean, I don't think they're trying to... like, do an episode where it's like, hey, here's how to help people, like, victims of rape and stuff like that. But what he's doing is not good.
No.
It's not the way you should be handling it. I mean, he is trying, like, he is saying stuff like, I want to help, and I can take things slow and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, but you're not, though. Like, you keep putting them, you're like a teenager. That's like saying, hey, I can wait, baby, but why don't I just, like, put my hands on your crotch a little bit and see what, like, you know,
yeah.
Like, it's like he keeps pushing things. He's like, I'm respecting you, I can wait, but he keeps pushing things farther to see when she'll stop him. And that's not how you support somebody that's gone through something like that.
Yeah, he should be waiting for her to give him some signals instead of trying to reach past her boundaries. But
exactly. And he should be like, he says like make me understand, or I want to understand and stuff. It's like, you can't, and you shouldn't. You don't have to fully understand what she went through in order to support her.
She does a decent job of answering that question, though. Because she brings up, she's like, remember you told me about how your apartment got broken into when you were in college and how, violating that felt, and you ended up having to move out because you just never felt safe there again. She's like, now imagine that's your body.
Yeah.
He's like, but you will be. You will be safe again. You will feel it. I'm like, how do you know that?
Right. Yeah, you don't. And that's the thing is, like, if you want her to feel okay, if you want her to heal, then you have to let her know that's okay. Mm-hmm. It's okay if she never gets to the point again where sex is what it was before. If you're truly okay with that because you want to be with her and you let her know and she believes you, I think that would go a long way to easing some of her anxieties and fears about what's going to happen. Because she's probably afraid that he's expecting her to be the person she was before the rape, eventually at some point, and that's not the reality for people. Some people do that. Like, some people can, I guess, be how they were in the bedroom, like, exactly before they were raped, I guess. But for the majority of people, I don't think it happens that way. People can experience intimacy again and everything, but not that way.
Well, I mean, I think it takes time. I don't think that it's an impossibility or that it's never going to be the same.
I didn't say that it was an impossibility.
No, but you're saying, I don't know, it just seems like a fairly discouraging kind of message to put out there, that most people aren't the same in the bedroom. Like,
I'm saying it's okay if you're not. It's okay if it's okay if intimacy becomes different than it was before.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Then they go, like you can talk about this stupid class thing he set up now that you want to talk about.
Oh, it was dumb. That's all.
So he talks about how there's some workshop about, supporting, survivors or whatever.
It wasn't
for intimacy, for rebuilding intimacy.
Yeah.
But
it wasn't specifically rape. It was like, I remember when he, I can't remember the exact title he gave, but when he gave the title, I was like, I see where you're going. I don't know that it's 100% applicable to her situation. Is what I thought.
And when they get there, it turns out to be a shyness group.
Right.
So they're supposed to be working through shyness.
And it's like, what's your name? He's like, Matt. He's like, good. Like, he's so happy that he could just say his name. And then, like, what's your name? My name's Kelly. Oh, my God, yes.
Yeah.
They look at this weird, tall dude. And they're like, what's your name? He's like, we'll come back to that.
And they're passing an orange from under each other's chins, which is a really weird exercise.
It's a weird shyness exercise, I guess. I don't know. I've never been in a shyness class.
No, but it was weird to me that Kelly was able to do that, to pass the orange to a stranger, but not Matt.
Yeah. And that's, to me, that I think there's something there.
But then later, at the party, they dance together and they start kissing, and it seems like she's warming back up to him.
Yeah.
So I missed the steps where that was supposed to happen.
Well, there were no steps. They had one conversation and that was enough, I guess.
So, anything else?
No, not really. I mean, Dylan and David argue back and forth. They don't like each other.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's been going on.
That's about it.
Okay, so I guess that's it. Like, next week, I guess we'll figure out how Janet and Steve are going to do with her being pregnant.
We'll see. Who knows?
And we'll find out if Kelly and Matt actually have sex.
Steve, why did you buy that punching bag?
And then what are we even trying to figure out with the rest of them?
I don't know.
Like
where they're all going to end up, because this is the last season.
Yeah.
We've run out of ideas. Their biggest idea in this episode was, let's have the camera handheld for some scenes, and that was distracting and stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is the episode for the week. Carol, tell people where they can find their own orange.
So you can write us at latefee1994@aol.com. Mm-hmm. Check out our website at www.retrolatefee.com.
Yep.
And share the tapes with your friends.
All right, see you next time. Bye.
Bye.